Well, if this was a parliamentary debate, I would say I'm delivering a minority report simply because this is something that a lot of people agree with but would not publicly want to talk about it. What do you think I'm talking about? Bringing you today in this discussion about prostitution, as some people may want to call it commercialization of sex. This is something that growing industry, especially in those other Western countries and more of the other developing countries. But in some parts of the world, people think it is a lot of things. When you talk about prostitution, people look at these people who don't have moral, who don't have religion, people who are not well brought up, people who don't have manners. That is what other people look at prostitutes and prostitution in general to be like. But as I said, a minority report on my side, I don't think it that way. Bearing in mind that I've read some scriptures in the Holy Bible, I've also had various discussions with different traditions and cultures. I'm well versed that sex outside or even before marriage is something that most people or even traditions and religions are against. But I still decide to bring you my thoughts and feelings about prostitution. I sat down and I've been hearing and also came up with a conclusion that a lot of sex is being done outside there, outside marriage, and even before marriage by so many people. Only that some people look at it as if something that is worth a lot of time to discuss about. But on my side, I would say commercialization of sex is something that should be allowed and let people do commercialization freely, let people entertain others, let people enjoy themselves, let people make money from sex industry. It is a very booming one. It is an upcoming industry if allowed. It should not be criminalized and it should not be looked upon like something that is in connection with religion or tradition. When the scriptures say that our bodies are the temples of the Lord, it does not tell us exactly which part of our bodies, because we have from the hair down to the toes. We cannot say. I find it just difficult, but as I said, in my own view, I support the commercialization of sex. You may call it prostitution as you want. Statistics show that in the United States, in the United Kingdom, those big industry countries that are well developed, they have this. In Africa, it seems like people sell religion, people sell morals, people sell cultures and traditions, which at the end of the day seem not to be yielding so much economically. And bear in mind that religion might have started not from Africa, and it just was dropped in Africa by the same people that we admire today. When religion came in form of Christianity and Islam and any other, we developed that feeling and had a sense of relief that whatever we look up to them is something that must be important. And so I also want to agree with many and most of those people who think that way. But I'm going to discuss with you so many importance and advantages of prostitution. One, when you talk about prostitution and culture in Africa, it plays a big role. But what has your culture done to improve your life? The culture will only dictate. They are not practical. They only give us maybe theories of which in today's life we need to survive. Instead of engaging yourselves in acts that hurt others, I think using one's body for a source of income, for survival, where there is no hope, it shouldn't be a problem. This commercialization of sex is a source of employment. So many jobless women and men outside there. Someone goes to school and they have studied, they have come up with their certifications, they have everything, but they can't find jobs. They are afraid of getting involved into illegal activities like robberies and fights. So what they decide to do is to engage into utilizing the only capital available in their bodies, that is sex. And there is a market, a readily available market in every part of this world. Those that you know are known and those that you are not even suspected are readily available customers. So I think this commercialization of sex or prostitution provides a very good employment, of which at the end of the day provides food and support to those who are involved into that business. We can also talk about religion, and that is against the prostitution. But as I said, religion and culture should always note that people need to survive. When you preach about livelihood, when you preach about the spirit, about heaven and about paradise, life after death, you should know that we need first of all to live before we die. And how do you get into there? If there is job, it is okay. When it comes to health issues, I don't think prostitutes are people that spread a lot of illnesses. Prevalences of HIV is even more common to married couple than those ones who are single. And if it is properly regulated as an industry, it will reduce the cost of health problems. It should be noted that we need these people. These people who are involved into prostitution are our brothers and sisters. They are our wives. They are our neighbors. People that we know. People that just are afraid of opening up to us. That this is what they do. Early in the morning, they look nice when they go to churches or their places of worship. They pay tithing, they pay offertory, they contribute to um, anything that in the construction of the church. We see them driving nice cars, sleeping in good houses. We just don't know what they do, and nobody has ever complained about them committing any crime. So they're possibly doing this wonderful job and being nice people. And what I would argue is that it should be promoted and contributed, and if possible, also be introduced as one of the employments available, so that it is done the right way. People are inspired to choose as a career. When someone grows up, they should know that this is also another source of industry, but it should be played in a safe environment. Just HIV and any other sexual transmitted infections in prostitutions is a healthy hazard, professional hazard, just like any other profession has those incidences, accidents that do happen. But if it is well protected, if it is well promoted, it will help everyone that is so much involved in it. There would not be robberies, there would not be rape, there would not be intentional clients trying to infect these ladies with their sexually transmitted diseases. This is because if it is regulated, these ladies or prostitutes would be in position to go and report to the nearest police stations, and justice would be served. But because it is looked as if it is something that is not worthy giving attention, if someone got a problem with it, they would rather not go to police because they know, and the culprit would just get away with it, and that is causing more danger and harm to everyone. And yet these people, they not only have sex for fun, they even help to control. I also believe that prostitution has reduced and does reduce on domestic violence in homes, where men think that sex is just about them. You come home and the lady is not ready to have sex with you, and that would lead into a man applying physical emotions and fight. And because of the availability of the sexual services outside there, it would be like a shop. If there is no food at home, you rather go and have it at the restaurant or a hotel or at a takeaway shop, and come and have a nice sleep or rest as you plan for another thing. So if your lady, perhaps someone's wife in their menses, they cannot have sex. Why not satisfy yourself than resulting into violence that would eventually be more deadly and dangerous? Sometimes it even leads to death. Rape of young kids, defilements has reduced because uh, all people want is to have fun, to have sex. So instead of going to commit a crime, rape young kids and defile other people, someone would rather go find a fellow adult, pay for that service, just enjoy your sex and move on with life. There would be much peace. There's actually a lot of peace outside there because of this. So I don't agree with people who think prostitution is bad. Prostitution is good. The governments of various countries that have not yet legalized it should just work together, go and do benchmarking from those countries like Netherlands, United Kingdom, United States, countries that have legalized prostitution, and yet they are doing well health-wise and commercial-wise. What is it that happening that side that is not happening this way? When you talk about morality, to me that is nonsense. You cannot equate morality with poverty. You cannot be hungry, you cannot be poor when you have morals. You rather benefit from what you can. So I really want to think that prostitution is something that should be legalized and allowed for better economy and for better living and even for a happier life. This is my minority report, and I am Nacharena.